Approach and evaluate a panic diver exactly the same as a tired diver. Stop and evaluate the diver's state of mind. Tell him to inflate his BCD or drop his weights, and note where his BCD inflator is. Chances are the diver won't respond to your directions. Assess the diver's strength and size compared to you to determine whether to approach on the surface or underwater. A surface approach is faster, but riskier for the rescuer. The underwater approach is safer for the rescuer, but will take a bit longer. It's the best choice if you're smaller and weaker than the victim. If you decide on a surface approach, begin by establishing substantial positive buoyancy. Try to swim around behind the victim, beyond the victim's reach. Take control by grabbing the victim's tank valve and assuming the knee cradle position, which prevents the victim from being able to turn and climb on you. Establish buoyancy by dropping the victim's weights or inflating the BCD, or both. Instead of swimming, you can also grab the victim's opposite wrist and then spin her facing away as you pull her toward you. Use the knee cradle position and establish buoyancy. For an underwater approach, descend quickly and approach between knee and ankle depth. Remove the diver's weights if possible and swim around behind him or use his legs to turn him away from you. Come up behind the diver into the knee cradle position and inflate the diver's BCD or drop the weights if you weren't able to underwater. Once a panic diver's buoyant and out of immediate danger of sinking, he'll usually calm down and relax. Reassure the diver and help him to safety the same way you did the tired diver. If you get caught in a panic diver's grasp, you'll use a release to get away and regain control. The surest release is to descend. Underwater is the last place a panic diver wants to go. Another release is to inflate your own and the victim's BCD. Their volume pushes you apart and establishes buoyancy at the same time. You can also release by pushing the victim up and away from you, then swim out of reach. The best release to use often depends on the circumstances and your size and strength relative to the victim's. If you can't safely control the victim, your only option may be to stay clear until he exhausts himself and passes out. Then rescue using the unresponsive diver at the surface techniques that you'll learn later in the course.